Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Threesome Fantasy Premier League podcast. I'm Phil. I'm here with Ant and Mike. How are you, Ant?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, all good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. I went swimming this morning, which was exciting.
Very.
Managed to book a lane at the leisure centre, but they only had the slow lane, and on the phone I didn't know if I was slow, medium, or fast. And it turns out, I mean, I'm not a great swimmer. I mean, a lady described me as someone who swims fast for someone who looks like they're trying not to drown. So that was nice.
What lady described you as that?
She was a pensioner. At a minimum, like everyone else. Yeah. I mean, I turned up to the slow lane at 7:50, and realised quite how slow it was going to be. I mean, I was the youngest. I'm 35, so I've received a vaccine text now. So I reckon I was the youngest in my lane by about 40 years, and they were all lovely old dears there, early morning swim. But I was in the slow lane, and there was no space in the other lane, so I had slow lane or no lane, and I got chatting to one of the old dears there when I reached an end of the pool, and she had reached the end before, so I said, "Oh, after you," and she said, "Oh no, I'm terribly slow at swimming. I'm the slowest swimmer in this pool," and I said, "No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. You go ahead." And after about 2 minutes, I reckon she had swum maximum 3 meters. And I was like, yeah, I can't wait forever. And then it was really awkward. But anyway, I really did enjoy the swim. But it was my first swim with long hair. And if any listeners, viewers, has got any tips as to how to cope with this situation, I'll be grateful, because my hair at the moment, because you're not
pair of clippers.
Brilliant. You're not allowed to use the showers, so I've got all chlorine-y hair. It feels like straw on top at the moment. Mike, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I haven't had today, or indeed recently, any issues with pensioners in swimming pools. But I would suggest that, in the same way that during COVID, for a period there, we allowed pensioners to have an hour to themselves in the pool, I think we should have pensioner hours where pensioners can only go to the swimming pool in certain hours. I'm talking working hours, pre-work and lunchtime. Leave those to the workers on their breaks.
Oh, but the thing is, I do love a chin wag. So I had a lovely chat with someone who I assume was called Dorothy, and she was wonderful, asking me how my day is, what I've got planned. It's all very exciting. So I like that. I just wish they would swim a tiny bit faster. But it's my own fault for not booking the correct lane, I suppose.
Yeah, lesson learned on that one, mate.
Yeah. So, boys, we've got no grill a FPL community member today because I wasn't really prepared and I was swimming.
Are we bringing back Pep Roulette in its place?
Why not?
There hasn't been the clamber that I was expecting for that, Mike.
Okay, fair enough.
So maybe not today, but maybe prepare it for another week.
No problem. No problem at all. It's fine. What about Novelty 11?
Yeah, if you can think of one on the fly, sure. Yeah, how's your game week going, Mike?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Nicely, the distraction technique's very good. It's okay, thanks. 60 points so far, with still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games to play in total. So yeah, I'll take that. And that is Sepp on the phone. But yeah, 60 points. Happy days.
We're recording, we should say, at Tuesday lunchtime. So tonight we've got Leicester, Man United, and Southampton playing Palace, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you very kindly chose Alexander-Arnold as my captain, so I've doubled his 7 up to 14.
Happy to help.
And Greenwood came in and got 10. So those are the two highlights for me thus far.
And how's your team looking?
Well, boys, let's just say the gap is closing, isn't it? We'll get onto this in a minute, but yeah, I'm only on 50 points at the moment. A little bit summed up by the fact that I got a message from you in the build-up to the Leicester game saying Johnny Evans has limped off. I thought it was mind games and subsequently checked, only to find that you weren't playing a mind game. You were actually telling the truth. So yeah, my good friend Johnny Evans, who's done so well in those first 2 games for me, yeah, he went off injured. So not the best start, but I did have Aspilicueta who got 7, Wan-Bissaka got 5. Fernandez finally came good. I've been hanging on to him for far too long, but he did finally come good. Sat there, he's my captain, double to 20 at the moment. Brought in Rashford, he got an assist, so he got 5. Iheanacho 7. Those were the kind of standouts for me. The other standout, unfortunately for me, was I bought in Ollie Watkins, who took a -4, and he's currently sat on -1. So that is absolutely ideal. And I'll tell you what else isn't ideal for me on this game week is that I have Stuart Dallas last on my bench, and he got 9 points.
That's brutal.
Talking of bench, I've also got your good friend Michael Keane sat just next to him on 6 points.
But he will be coming on because I don't think Johnny Evans will be fit tonight. So you'll get those 6 points.
I'm hoping so. I've also got Lingard to come in. So Mason Mount didn't play in the first game for Chelsea. If he doesn't play for Arsenal, I'll just get a single point for him coming in off the bench. So again, we've talked about benches, haven't we? And if we should have them, and I did have a strong bench, and I put them there in the wrong order. So a little bit frustrating. Oh, and I took out Paddy B. Paddy B went this week, and look what he did. He went and scored. I should have known playing as they were playing Spurs. So 50 points, Phil, for me. So I know you got a lot more than me.
Not a lot more. I'm sorry. I'm really distracted by whatever Mike's eating because it looks like a naan bread.
What?
Domino's, lads. Cheers.
Oh, what?
I thought we had a rule.
Yeah, sorry about that, but yeah, no.
That's outrageous.
What Domino's is it? If it's a
Little treat for the
Meteor,
office.
then I'll drive to where you work and get a Meteor.
It's got to be Texas barbecue, surely.
Well, I did a cunning move, lads. It's a busy office here, so forgive the background noise. But basically, the rule was half a pizza each. I asked for a gluten-free, which meant that I get a whole pizza.
That's amazing.
Tactical pizza ordering. That's
Yeah.
what
It's not as nice as normal pizza, but at least I've got a whole one.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, is it actually as nice though? That is the trouble.
No.
So did you play? That is really nice idea getting pizza, but I am going to have gluten free because I'm gluten intolerant. Or did you make up an illness? Or
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean they didn't notice me quaffing a whole one down just a couple of weeks ago, but yeah. Happy days.
Excellent use of the word quaffing. And you say I had a good start to the game week. I'm on 70 points. Martinez 2. Keane, I've got in Alexander-Arnold. Nat Phillips, who looked like an absolute rock the other day. He's there on 6. I took a -8 to bring in Greenwood. I think I brought in Fernandez and Joel Ward. Which, yeah. Oh, no, I bought in Watkins and Joel Ward, and then realised that I already had 11 players playing twice, and I miscalculated, so I didn't need to take a -8. I could have just took a -4.
Oh, mate.
Because Joel Ward is just sat on my bench, showing me his points. Which
That is unfortunate.
Slightly irritating. But I was so sure that Ollie Watkins was going to bang this week. I was 100%. I've not had any sort of inclination like this the whole season. No sort of confidence in a player like I've had in Watkins this week, and then he got sent off for diving. So that was good. So yeah, I'm on 70. Yeah, but I'm in a good position for this week coming up. That's what my transfers were about this week. So I didn't want to take lots of hits this week coming. So we'll probably talk about that as we go on. But Captain Fernandez, Vardy got an assist, Iheanacho scored, so yeah, not too bad at all. I'm gaining slowly, but yeah, we'll move on from this then. How did our punts get on? I had McGinn. He's so far not done anything, but he's got a second game. Mike,
what now? I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just trying to find out exactly how many points he got. He did get a goal and an assist. I'm talking Eberici Eze, and he got me 14 points so far.
Wow, that's wonderful stuff.
Do you have a second game as well?
He does have a second game
tonight
against
Southampton.
Southampton. There you go.
Well,
so, yeah,
he found him up there, isn't he? Good
I'm
shout,
happy with that. Yeah, thanks, mate. And you, Ant?
Pogba. So he actually played, because you boys laugh and say he's not playing. Well, he did actually play. I think he played the whole game, but nothing. However, he does have another 2 attempts to get something, but I think he's going to have to go well to beat Mike's Eze there, isn't he?
Yeah, I need McGinn to score a couple of overheads to get anywhere near him. But we will play every second mounts, just in case we can't just assume that Mike's won because this is a season where, to quote Ant, you should expect the unexpected. So
Indeed.
So we'll play every second mounts. For new listeners, there'll be 3 rounds of questions, and we will each go against each other once, and then whoever loses will get their captain picked by a member of the Fantasy Football Twitter community who joined in with our punt last weekend. A lot of them went for Eze as well, so it may be a pick from a hat. So I assume you boys are not prepared, so I'm happy to go first here if you want.
I'm well and truly prepped, but very happy for you to go first.
Okay, gents. So I have got here players with bookings this season. The most booked players in the Premier League. Okay, and I've got. Oh, thank you for that noise.
Sorry.
I believe I've
impression for the day.
I've got the first page of players who have all got 6 or more bookings this season. How many can you name, Mike? I'll let you go first because Eze's doing well.
Yeah. So how many? Sorry, how many have I got to pick from?
I would say it looks to be about 30, 25, 30.
Oh my goodness.
I'll go 6.
Okay.
And
can you do more than 6?
7.
It's a number more than 6.
I'm passing that over. Good luck.
So yellow card. So people who love to hack.
Love to get a booking in. Yep.
Okay. What about Højbjerg of Spurs? This would be a great start if he's not on the list.
Oh no, he is there. Sorry.
Oh.
I know I'm terrible at this game, but I was thinking surely he's had a fair few this season.
Yeah, he's had 8 bookings. 8 bookings.
My trouble is, boys, as I touched on last week, I have not watched much Premier League football in the last few months. Souček.
That is a very good call. 7 bookings for Souček.
There's got to be an Arsenal one in there somewhere. Xhaka.
Good call. Also got 7 bookings.
That was the only one I could think of. So, yeah. Good.
I'm surprised by the top 2.
Okay. Kante. Little Kante.
He also has 7 bookings. Yeah. So you need 3 more, Anthony. You're doing really well.
Who else likes to hack? What about Lundstrom of Sheffield United?
Lord Lundstrom, 8 bookings. Yeah. I think he's just signed for Burnley, hasn't he?
Has he really?
Yeah, he'll be going to Burnley next season, I think.
Okay.
2 to find, Dan.
If you were looking for a Burnley player, you could not find a more Burnley.
True, actually.
Perfect fit.
That's very true. Okay. How many? 2 to find. I've said Højbjerg, haven't I? What about Palace? Milivojevic.
Also, he has 8 bookings. And you need 1 more. This is astonishing.
This is very good, Ant.
Who else has got loads of bookings? How many do I need? 1.
1.
What about
Dead air is a crime.
Tyrone Mings?
He's gone Villa. He's gone Mings. Players you could have had from Villa who are in the list are Grealish, Cash, Target, Douglas Luiz, McGinn, but no Mings. He's fallen at the final hurdle.
No, what a shame.
I thought that was a good effort, to be honest, boys. I'm happy with that.
Cracking.
I'll take pride in defeat.
Top one is Maguire, 11. Second place, Mike. Could you have guessed who was second place?
Tarkowski.
Oh, he is dirty, but he's not second place. I think he is on the list. Yeah, he's got 6 bookings. So Maguire had 11. Conor Gallagher at West Brom's got 10.
Well, that's left field, isn't it?
Yeah. Very strange. Then you've got a load on 8. Bellerin, McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Milivojevic, Holgate, Hayden, Lundstrom, and Højbjerg. And then you've got a load more. But Yeah, so that was a good effort, and it almost feels like you deserve a point, but unfortunately, that's not how the game works.
That's not how the game works. But there we go. Come on,
Mike,
Pogba. There's still time.
Mike, it's a point up, and an Eberici essay up. So, do you want to go next? Yeah, go for it, Mike.
Okay, I feel like we might have tried this right at the start of the season, but we'll give it another go. I'm looking for shirt sponsors.
Oh no!
Shirt sponsors.
That is tricky because I remember going wrong on. I remember going wrong on this before. Yeah, I lost this last time, so that's not ideal.
How many are you going to go for?
I can change it if you'd like me to change the topic, lads. I can change the topic if it's repetition.
No, it's fine. I'll go 5.
I'll try 6. I've got to give it another go.
I think this is where I went wrong last time.
Phil, can I remind you that dead air is a crime?
7.
All yours, my friend.
Oh.
There's no way I could name 8. I could barely name 6.
Oh, how many gambling companies can I think of?
Boo for gambling companies. Boo.
Actually, ironically, it's the ones that aren't gambling companies, apart from one that I can remember. But anyway, over to you.
Okay, Betway.
Betway, yes, sponsors of West Ham and of course the Betway Cup.
Leeds have one. No, I can't think of it. Chevrolet United. Chevrolet Manchester United.
Chevrolet for Manchester United is 2.
Free sponsorship here for these companies. You're welcome.
What I saw the other night, Ideal Boilers for West Brom. I was thinking, what?
That is an ideal answer.
That is correct. Yes. They've actually got a boiler mascot.
I was going to say.
Yeah,
I've seen it. That's hilarious.
Chelsea are sponsored by the phone network 3.
They are very good. That's 4. You only need 2 more.
Very good.
I've got to be missing some obvious ones here.
Not so much.
3
Arsenal, are they still sponsored by Emirates?
Yes, they are. That's 5. You need 1 more.
2 more. You said 7, didn't you?
Oh, sorry, 2 more.
2 more.
I'm happy to call it 1 more.
No, it's fine. 2 it is.
Our City. I think City are sponsored. Their stadium's the Etihad, and I think their shirts are also Etihad. I'm going with Man City Etihad.
Is correct. 1 more to find.
I just can't think of any gambling companies. There's no sort of mainstream gambling companies. They're all sort of Far East gambling companies. Leicester, King Power.
And he's brought it home. Very good. Others that you could have had, both Everton and Aston Villa are sponsored by Kazoo.
Yeah.
That's one I got wrong last time.
Brighton are sponsored by Amex. And then you've got just a raft of dreadful, horrible Far Eastern gambling firms. Lovebet, W88, Bet Victor, SBOTOP, Fun88, Sportsbet, ManBet X, that's Mansion Bet, isn't it? And in amongst it, Standard Chartered there as well. So, yeah, very good.
Oh, they're Liverpool, aren't they?
They are indeed.
Yeah. Okay, and it comes down to... Oh, you've lost twice.
I mean,
yes,
you've lost, really.
I've lost, yeah.
Oh, right. That's the end then.
Well,
do you want a game for fun, Mike?
Yeah, sure thing.
Well,
Let's do it.
the only way that I can get out of this is if Pogba suddenly scores a hatful in the 2 games.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So there is probably still worth doing mine.
Play for, yeah. Okay.
Again, and we may well have done this one, boys. And I can quickly change
Anybody want any of my gluten-free pizza, guys? Are you going to try some? No, don't. You probably won't like it, Mark. Mark's trying some. This is, yeah.
And yet, this is the man who's tight for time today. Apparently, unbelievable.
Yeah. Time for time. Oh, I do have to be finished.
I've gone by 1:30.
I'm imagining he doesn't realise that he's still connected.
Probably
Hello,
not.
sorry, carry on. Yeah.
Boys, we may well have already done this one. Have we done the top assists for midfielders this season?
We won't remember, mate.
Fine. So I'm looking for midfielders with 7 or more assists, and there is 17 of them.
8.
Oh, he's straight in.
Hello, Billy Big Balls.
Oh, here he is. Gluten boy, or gluten-free boy even.
Midfield. Do they have to? Sorry, midfielders.
Yeah, with 7 or more assists.
So they have to be midfielders. How many are there?
On 17. I did just say all this a second ago, but that's fine.
Yeah, but literally, he's literally.
Yeah,
You've asked us to repeat literally everything he said.
Good to know you're listening.
I'll go one more than the number Mike said.
Good, you didn't even hear that. That was 8.
I said 12.
This is going well.
You said 12.
I didn't really. You're going for 9, are you?
Apparently.
Yeah, I'll let you have that.
Okay. The main reason I'm doing this is because I don't want to hear any background noise from Mike.
Or to hear him munching through gluten-free Dominoes.
Yeah. So assists in the Premier League.
Yes,
this
midfielders with 7 or more.
Grealish.
Yeah, second on the list.
And can I just clarify? Do they have to be midfielders?
Yeah, well, apparently so. Yeah, but I don't think I stipulated that quite enough. Yes, Grealish, mate, is second on the list with 12.
Mason Mount.
Oh, Mason Mount. Yes, he does have 7.
Is that it? I would have thought he'd have more than that.
Yeah,
okay.
I agreed. Only 7 apparently.
I'll take it. De Bruyne.
Third on the list with 11.
Yeah, this is very quickly gone wrong. Son?
Yep, 10.
How many more do I need? Couple, was it?
Unfortunately, 5. Come on, Pogba.
Is that a hint? No, surely not. Okay, I'm just going to go for midfielders that I like in the game. Rafinha.
Yes, he's on there with 8. 5 to go. Or 4 to go.
Sterling.
Yes, he's got 8. Lovely face mask, Rob.
Do they have to be midfielders on the game, not midfielders in real life?
What?
Okay, so I'm thinking of saying Rashford because he's a midfielder. I suppose, yeah. He's
Midfielder
okay,
on the game. You know, we're on a fancy FPL podcast.
All right, okay. Rashford.
Rashford is on there with 11, yeah.
Oh, very good, Phil.
I was so annoyed. Do you know why I said Rashford? Because I was irritated because I saw he got an assist the other day, and I turned to my wife and I said, "There's 3 points for Anthony that he wasn't getting."
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. 2 to go, mate.
2.
2 to go. You've had 7. 2 to go.
Yeah, I'm scraping the barrel now. Fernandez.
Unbelievable. I don't know how he wasn't your first answer, but yeah, he's top with 13.
Oh, wow.
So just the one more to guarantee that your captain will not be being picked this week.
I'm just going to go for the person who's in my thoughts right now, and that is James Maddison.
Oh, he scraped it with 7.
I've hit form on this game, lads.
You really have.
Fair
So
play.
that is you immune from a captain pick this week, mate. Well done. You could have also had Bernardo Silva, Jack Harrison,
Harrison, really?
Robe of Brighton, McGinn, Willian, Neto.
Who from Brighton?
What's his face? Grob. Pascal Grobe.
Gross, idiot.
Gross. Yeah, him.
What did you just call him?
Robe.
Idiot.
Oh, dear.
It's fine. Neto, Foden, Mane.
All right, yeah.
Those are the only ones you missed, mate. Well done.
I'll take it. I'll take that.
Phil, there's somebody wiping your car window. While you're sat there.
Do you remember last week I said community?
Yeah.
And I said that's because Sarah and her dog walked past. That was Sarah and her dog. I don't.
So she wasn't wiping your window. She was sort of just waving, or
she was ushering the dog through the small gap between my car and another person's car.
Okay, as you were.
So yeah. Oh well, that was fun. I enjoy it more when I win.
Funny that. Yeah. Well done, mate.
Okay. Let's have a look at.
Let's put the mops up for me then. It's bad news for me.
We could do with some bad news. Well, it's not necessarily bad news, but yeah. Yeah, so be it. Okay, listener questions. Let's start. Anthony, how many players have you got for the upcoming game week 36? Because there's lots of teams not playing.
Yeah, there is a lot of teams. I've just had a quick look. I've only got 6 at the moment. So yeah, I'm in a bit of trouble there. So I'm probably going to aim. Well, I'm going to try and get at least. Well, I will get at least 8 in. But any more than that, and I'm going to be looking at a -8. So depends who it might be. So I might just have to have a bit of a hit on this week. It sounds like you've got a lot more than 6, judging by the little joyous tone in your voice.
Not yeah, I think I've got. They're not high quality, but I've got 10.
Wow.
And Vardy will be coming out, as will probably Bruno. So I might go Vardy to Kane and Bruno to Rafinha. I really want to get Rafinha back in. It means keeping Lingard for another week, but yeah, so be it. But yeah, I'll probably do that. Mike, what about you?
11.
Oh, really? It's a bit.
Boys with your pre-planning. Oh,
Well, we say pre-planning. I've already made 5 transfers, so
I might have known.
I've got Pickford home to Sheffield United, Digne home to Sheffield United, Dawson away at Brighton, Alexander-Arnold away at West Brom, Jota away at West Brom, Salah away at West Brom, Zaha home to Villa, Lingard away to Brighton, Harrison away to Burnley, Richarlison home to Sheffield United, and Kane home to Wolves.
Who would you captain if you get the choice?
Kane, I think.
You've got a lot of options there, haven't you? So you got Kane, you got Salah. Trent.
Yeah. No, I think Kane. I think Kane home to Wolves. Wolves have suddenly become quite leaky. At about the point I bought in Patricio and Cody. So I fancy Kane there.
Okay, cool. Okay, next question then. So Ant, so what are you going to do? You're going to start with 8 players?
Well, yeah, as I say, I've only got 6 at the moment, so I can't leave it like that. That is for sure. If you two have got 10 and 11, but yeah, I'm aiming for 8 or 9. There's no way I'm going to have 10 or 11, but 8 or 9 I would settle for.
I mean, the subplot to all of this, guys, is the battle going on between you two. Because the gap is 5 points. So those extra players you've got can make all the difference.
This is the week, mate. You've been reeling me in week by week since beginning of April.
I've just got to try and find the sound clip of you said, "I'm not worried about you. I'm 100 points ahead. I'm not worried about you."
Did I actually say that?
Oh yeah. Don't worry, I'll clip it up for the highlight reel at the end of the year.
Amazing. I might have known.
Yeah, you definitely said it because it's etched in my memory.
That's quite annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Question 2.
Sorry. No, it's right.
Who should play alongside Nat Phillips for England at the Euros?
Johnny Evans.
Right. I mean, I think both are about as likely to get a call up as the other. Yeah, come on.
Not for me. Are you serious, Phil? Is that actually a serious question?
That's a question that's come in from someone.
Not for me, Clive. No, definitely not. I think we've got better options.
It's going to be
much better options. You don't take a risk on a young centre back in a tournament like this.
No. Who's the centre back pairing then? Are you going Maguire?
Stones Maguire.
Yeah, agreed. Stones has been back on form this season, hasn't he? Maguire, don't particularly rate him, but Southgate clearly does, doesn't he? He is one of the first names on the team sheet for Southgate. So I can't see it injury dependent being anything other than those two starting the first game.
Yeah, because he's injured, isn't he now, Maguire? So
is he really? He's not showing his injured on the game.
Oh, really? He went off injured on Sunday or whatever it was.
Yeah, he's not showing that yet. No. So, yeah, as I say, injury dependent. I can't see anyone other than those two.
Okay. Anthony, I'll ask you first. Who is your biggest frustration of the season?
My biggest frustration? Well, I had Salah early on in the season and then took him out at the wrong time, etc., etc. I don't know. I'm struggling to think of too many disappointments. Probably somebody like Vardy, actually. Vardy's somebody who I've always had and actually has been a bit, he hasn't been quite himself this season, has he? He was somebody who last season, when I had a great start, was somebody I had in from game week 1 and not many people did. But this season, I kind of started with him and it's not quite gone to plan. Other than that, I've actually had a fairly lucky season in terms of bringing people in and them seeming to do something, like Johnny Evans. Yeah. Although, according to your mother-in-law, that's just because I'm jammy. So, so yeah, I don't know. boys, who's been yours?
I'd say I've bought Vardy in 5 times, and
What?
he's
5 separate times?
Yeah, because I fancied him in certain games, or he'd have a double game week or whatever,
Yeah.
and he's let me down every time. I mean, he may well do something tonight, but it shows actually, because Vardy strikes me as a player who it doesn't really matter what's going on in the world. He just kind of gets on with it. Do you know what I mean? But it shows that confidence even affects players like him, because he's just a bit goal shy at the moment, and he's not himself.
No, that's true.
So yeah, Vardy, and my biggest kind of regret of the season is not getting on James Justin when you boys did at the start of the season, because that's where you were just streaming away from me there.
Yeah, well, he got 16 points in his first 2 game weeks, James Justin, and
Yeah.
unfortunately has been injured since game week 23. Yeah, that was probably where things started going wrong for me.
Yeah, no, completely. Mike, what about you? Biggest regrets?
I think you asked biggest frustration.
Sorry,
myself.
I was just hoping. I was really hoping you'd go. Do you remember that scene in The Office where Gareth walks in? They say Ultimate Fantasy, Gareth.
Oh yeah, that's my favourite ever. That one.
It's funny. Funny enough, I've just started watching because we binged the whole of the American Office, which is just amazing. And I've seen the UK Office before, but my wife hadn't, so we've just started watching it. We're in 3 or 4 episodes into the first series, so
cool.
So we're coming back. But yeah, biggest frustration myself, and those tinkering fingers. If we're looking at a player, I guess Phil Foden, in the respect of he always seemed to perform the second I took him out of the team, and we've all had players like that. But again, another one who I've bought in. You mentioned Vardy bringing him 5 times. I must have bought Foden in half a dozen times. And in some weeks I've bought him in and taken him out again before the game week started. But yeah, he's been a disappointment for me. He's been a frustration.
Okay, cool. Next question: is it time to get off of the West Ham train and maybe onto the Leeds train? Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I've bought Harrison in as a result of the fixtures they've got coming up. Just trying to grab up their fixtures.
Southampton, West Brom.
Yeah, Burnley, Southampton, West Brom. That's a nice last 3. And yeah, I was a bit sport for choice there. Really, I couldn't bring myself. I did it for one comedy effect. For 1 week, I bought in Bamford. I can't be doing that. But yeah, you got Rafinha, you got Harrison. You've got a whole host of options. But yeah, I've gone Harrison this week.
Harrison's actually a City player, isn't he? On loan.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
good job.
Yeah. No, I like him. He's come up trumps me before this season, so yeah, I've gone for him again.
Oh yeah, I certainly wouldn't be looking to ship West Ham players out, especially they have a game coming up in this next game week. But yeah, again, if you look at their fixtures on paper, they're decent, aren't they? They got Brighton away, West Brom away, and then finish with Southampton at home. So I mean, the only thing I would say is since I bought Jesse Lingard in, that was about the time that his form turned. Just 5 points, boys, in the last 3 game weeks. And before that, 7, 14, 12, 12. So yeah, he's had a little dip, but I mean, he was like a house on fire, wasn't he? In that little mini purple patch of his. But yeah, West Ham, I would still expect them to win at least 2 of their last 3 games there.
Are you boys looking at getting triple leads again, like earlier in the season?
I've never had triple leads, and I never will. I can't bring myself to do it. I know, we all love Bielsa. He sits on a bucket, but there's still leads, and that's still great to bit.
I know. Yeah, I listened to a friend of ours, Craig, sent me a link to the Peter Crouch podcast. There was an episode where they were just interviewing Patrick Bamford, so he thought I might like it. Good call, Craig. And it just made me love him even more. So yeah, he's got to come back in. He's got to come back in. He deserves it. So yeah, I think Bamford definitely. And if it doesn't mean taking too many hits, Rafinha and then Dallas. You're right there, Anthony. You're choking.
It's got a little bit emotional about triple leads there. And for those listening to the pod rather than watching along on YouTube, he's a bit teary-eyed.
He's muted himself. You can't hear his coughing fit.
I'm sorry, it's not quite as good as when Mike froze last week licking his fingers. But
no. I've been very mindful of not licking my fingers this week.
That went down the wrong hole. Oh dear. Right. Sorry, boys. I'm back.
Okay, next question. Is it time to go all 2019, 2020 and go for the Salah Mane double up?
That is rolling back the years. Yeah, Mane actually looks the more impressive of the two, doesn't he? At the moment, if I was looking to transfer one of them in, it would probably be Mane. He looked a bit livelier than Salah on Saturday night.
Three good games to finish their season, boys.
It's a lot of money, lads.
That is a lot of money.
But you're at that stage of the season where there are bargains to be had that are bargains we all know about. You know,
Yeah.
So I won't extol the virtues of Paddy B too much, but he does certainly represent value up top. You know, Harrison, we know, Lingard. There are a lot of these players in the 5, 6, 7, 7.5 million brackets that you can fill your team with and be confident in, and still have money left over to splash out on Mane and Salah, which is more often than not you don't have that luxury at the start of a season. So yeah, maybe.
Take a look at fixtures for them though, at the end, boys. Sorry, just quickly, they end with West Brom away, Burnley away, Palace home.
That race for the top four is really interesting. I think if you look at Leicester's fixtures, West Ham's fixtures, Chelsea and Liverpool and West Ham actually have the two sets of, on paper, by far the easiest fixtures. But of course, West Ham slipped up at the weekend, and that probably seems they're missing out. They've lost, is it 3 of the last 5 games? So yeah, I think they're just about slipping away. But it wouldn't surprise me to see Liverpool pip Leicester to a top 4 spot.
I think if you're going with fixtures, sorry, Phil. I think if you're going with fixtures, I have to agree. You look at Leicester's last 3: United away, Chelsea away, Spurs home. Difficult. Chelsea are probably one eye on the obviously Champions League final, but other than that, they're tricky games.
And Leicester they've just stumbled, just like they did last year. They're choking. There's a lot of similarities with Leicester and you, Ant.
That is cutting.
But but Leicester, they just don't look like they know how to attack at the moment. They get the ball close to the box and then don't know what to do.
Yeah, the likes of Maddison and that, I'm not really firing for them, but I mean, they were 4-0 down at home to Newcastle, who have been struggling for goals this season, which pretty much says it all. So both ends of the pitch, bit of a struggle for them at the moment. But yeah, it feels like it's just tailing off a little bit for them, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's gutting. I saw that Callum Wilson's out for the season now. Hamstring injury. Yeah, I was going to bring him in.
That's a shame.
What a shame.
But yeah, I mean, did you see the goal he scored that hit the post and then came back? You won't have seen it, Ant, because it was a football match, Mike.
No. I did actually. Yes, I watched that game.
It was a very good finish. Like from the angle, you had to react very fast.
It was that angle.
Yeah, so yeah, I was a bit gutted for him. But Leicester, I'll be keeping Iheanacho, and that's about it, really.
Yeah, same here. I've moved out Castagna and Vardy this week.
I've seen there's rumours that Maddison won't start tonight, so maybe that'll do something. I mean, when people listen to this, then they will no doubt know the result between Leicester and United. Because it'll depend a lot on what side United put out as well.
Well, they've got another game on Thursday, haven't they? Which is bonkers.
And it's a game against Liverpool, which they won't want to lose that for their fans.
This is true, but yeah, it does all depend on the teams. I think we're all hoping a lot of people will triple United. They don't rotate too much. Yeah,
I only went double because I just had a fear that they'll rest it, and then because they're not playing next week, I'm effectively, if they only play 2 games this week, they're not playing next week, so effectively it's 2 games across 2 game weeks. But so I didn't want to fall into that trap that you appear to be in, and that's not a dig. It's not a dig.
It's definitely sounds like one. That's fine. Just down by. It's not over yet, sunshine. It's not over yet.
Oh, I know. I'm currently losing, so I'm hoping it's not over yet, mate.
It certainly looks like going into next week. You'll be ahead by then, but we shall see.
No. You still got some good players to play, mate. I think Mason Mount will come good.
Well, it's taken you this long to catch up a man who hasn't watched a game for 4 months, so.
Well, he does feel a bit tetchy, doesn't he?
Who Anthony?
Yeah, he does.
I'm just texting because Phil's been offered the jab and I haven't. And Mike, we know you've had yours. So I mean, what's going on?
I think this reminds me of when he wanted to triple captain Kane. It's kind of slight tetchy, sulky vibe he's giving off.
Mm-hmm.
So are you just gonna have to, I don't know, transfer all your players out to let him win? I mean,
yeah, it's the sort of thing I'd do because
pretty much what happened last time. Yeah, just roll over and let him have it.
Yeah,
but I mean,
Phil's right now because there's every chance now he is now going to beat me, even when I've triple captain Kane, which will really leave him on the more high ground.
As the old proverb goes, Anthony, cheaters never prosper.
Let's look at the fixtures for this coming game week, gents. Let's look at the fixtures. So it's Friday to Sunday, which is exciting to not have a Monday game. And it's a bit condensed, obviously, because there's only 8 games. So Friday night, you got Newcastle at home to Man City. Which Man City? I'm not sure. And without Wilson now, that brings Joe Linton into the frame. You tempted?
Mm-hmm.
You are?
No, not with them playing City. No, but here's going to be another game of Pep roulette, isn't it? Is he going to play Aguero? I mean, I haven't seen it obviously, but I read that he did the penalty that Mendy just literally caught it, didn't he? What's it called? The Panenka, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So he's got only a handful of games left at City now, hasn't he? So is he still going to play? Do you think, boys?
Well, I thought he would get a nostalgic run in the team, and then I saw Pep's reaction to that penalty, which was, I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? If the keeper dives, then he doesn't look like an idiot.
But you have to score when you do that, don't you? Because as with Lookman earlier on in the season with Fulham, West Ham, you look like a massive plonker, to say the least.
The reality is you don't take a good Panenka. It's about what the keeper does. Really. You just chip the ball. It's not like you chip it with pace, otherwise it's not a Panenka. So yeah, in reality, it's all about what the keeper does, not you. And you get lucky or you don't.
Mendy owners won't pick up many easier points than those. My wife had Mendy, and I think the game was on TV, and I said, if your keeper saves this, you're some big points. And he ended up with 11 points without getting a clean sheet.
Did he even have to move? He just literally stuck his arm out, didn't he?
He had time to pretty much dive and then get up and catch it. It was
incredible.
It wasn't great, and Pep's reaction was, it wouldn't have been a fun judgment. I might have to find
Match a Day on iPlayer just to see this, I think, boys.
I mean, terrible for you to have to watch a bit of football.
Let's look at Saturday then. 3 games on Saturday on Saturday. 12:30 kickoff is Burnley against Leeds. We've already discussed the options that Leeds offer. Would you be looking at any Burnley assets? I mentioned Tarkowski earlier on in terms of cards. I saw that he's reached 100 points in the game, I think, for the 6th consecutive season. He may be somebody you want to look at. I don't know what Burnley's fixtures are like after this.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. That's why I bought in Wood, because Burnley's fixtures they've got a good run of fixtures.
They've got Liverpool sandwiched in between Leeds home, Sheffield United away. So bar the trip to Anfield, Chris Wood now sat at 132 points. He would be one. And in midfield, you've got Westwood and McNeil, the only other two on more than 100 points. But Burnley have hit a little bit of form, haven't they?
Yeah, all off the back of Chris Wood, really. I mean, I sold Wood for Watkins this week, which, wasn't a great move. But, as I always say, as long as there's method to your madness and you can justify the decision, there's no need to beat yourself up about it. And I was so convinced that Watkins would go off. But Wood's been so good for me. He's got a hat-trick. He scored twice. Yeah, I mean, now 3 times. So people who got on Wood at the same time as I did a few weeks ago done pretty well, haven't they?
Just to be clear, Phil, would you suggest that everyone gets on Wood?
Yeah. Yes, Carrie. You're right there.
I'm just
Barbara Winter going to walk through in a minute.
We're here to offer advice to the FPL community, and what we're saying as a podcast is that if in doubt, get on Wood.
Yep, I'm up for that.
If in doubt, Phil, have you told your mother-in-law the name of this podcast yet?
She doesn't even. I don't know if she doesn't even knows I do a podcast.
She doesn't. He's kept it a secret. It's shrouded in mystery.
Go on.
She would.
She doesn't listen to podcasts.
She wouldn't have liked that little bit of smut from you just now.
Yeah,
let's
quite.
go to Southampton, Fulham.
Poor old Fulham, relegated last night. Although I seem to remember a few years ago, boys, and I was at the game. Fulham got relegated from the Premier League their last time, and then came to the Vitality and beat us 1-0. So, pressure's off now. Both teams, nothing to play for. It's going to be a bit of an end of season, 2 teams on the beach kind of game, isn't it? This one.
Little bit of gossip for you, lads. Not gossip so much as a prediction. Scott Parker will be Bournemouth manager this time next year.
I don't think he'll want to go to League One.
Just remember I said it. Just remember I said it.
Note down the date, Phil. 11th of May, 2021.
Yeah.
I haven't got time to be noting down dates.
Right, just remember it by Eurovision. By the next Eurovision Song Contest next year.
Okay.
Scott Parker will be manager of AFC Bournemouth.
And not to go off on a tangent, because we're up against it. Mike, who's going to win Eurovision this year?
For me, I think it's going to be it's not who I'd like to win, but I think it'll be a close run thing between Malta and France.
Oh, I like both of those songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Saxophone.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
If you're looking for an outsider, yet to see her rehearsal yet, but Victoria, with Growing Up is Getting Old from Bulgaria, just might crash at the last minute. We'll see.
That won't win. But yeah, I think Iceland will do well. And,
Iceland will do well.
And I hope Norway does, because the ironic performance is beautiful. Anyway, let's not go too far down here.
Sorry. Yeah. Right. So Southampton, Fulham. What do we do here? Do Fulham play with freedom now that they're relegated?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Do Southampton play with freedom though, because there's nothing to play for?
Here's a punt
an open game.
Mitrovic.
Good shout.
Oh.
Let's go back to the start of the season and get Mitrovic in again. That's my prediction for you. I think he's going to score 2 goals in the last 3 games of the season.
Soundbite.
5.5 million. You heard it here first, and only, because no one else will say that. He's got Newcastle final game of the season, and obviously he was there, wasn't he? So.
Okay. Brighton against West Ham. We've talked all about West Ham picks over the last few weeks. Any Brighton assets, boys? If we were gonna, I see Lewis Dunk popped up with a goal, and then did he get sent off?
Sent off for pulling the shirt of a beautifully haired man. Yes.
Well, that's not very good, is it? So we count him out. But any Brighton assets you'd look at, because they actually are churning out wins now.
Yeah, they're doing well, aren't they? Yeah. No, not really. I mean, I think one of their highest scorers is Trossard with 119, but he's not in good form at the moment. Just 2s and 1s over the last few weeks for him.
Welbeck
potential, yeah.
Yeah,
but other than that, no, I think you're scraping the barrel a little bit.
They rotate their team quite a lot, so maybe Sanchez in goal, but they don't have sort of a set starting lineup, and they've got, if you look down their squad, they've got so many injuries and suspensions. It's crazy. Lamptey, Mopé got sent off for foul and abusive language as well at the end of the game, so he's out. So Dunk and Mopé are both out.
Did he say at the end, "Oh, excuse my French"?
You'll have to ask. Okay. Jonathan Moss or whoever it was. Okay.
I don't speak French. I just let the funky music do the talking. And there's my out song.
Okay, cool. You work on that. Sunday we have Crystal Palace at home to Villa at midday. SA on form potentially. SA as an option there. Villa, well, we'll have to see what happens with them. I think they're kind of fizzling out. I'd like to see Grealish get some game time before the end of the season, but I just don't know if it's going to happen, is it?
Doesn't look likely at the moment, boys, does it at all?
It's really tricky with Grealish, because I want him in the England squad, but
same.
He's not going to be fit, is he? Spurs at home to Wolves at 2:10 on Sunday.
Lump on your Wolves assets there, I would say.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Spurs are at home though, aren't they? And that's the thing. And Wolves, don't forget, only a couple of game weeks ago lost to they got thrashed, didn't they, by Burnley on the end of the Chris Wood hat trick.
Yeah.
But Spurs are at home. But Spurs, weird one, isn't it? With Ryan Mason there, now they're in charge. You don't know what direction they're kind of going. It'd be interesting to see. I'm interested to see who they get as a manager over the summer.
Yeah, because
it feels like they need a big name.
Well, they tried a big name, didn't they?
It didn't work, did it?
Yeah.
There's only one name they need, lads, and that's Eddie.
I think it'd be great there, Eddie Howe.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
Doesn't it look like Eddie's scared to Celtic?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
it does, but that's kind of taking a long time, isn't it? It's all gone a little bit quiet on that one.
Very strange. At 4:30 then on Sunday, you've got West Brom at home to Liverpool. Liverpool will have something to play for. It'd be so Sam Allardyce to now,
win this game.
Grab a 1-0 win.
Triple Liverpool here.
Yeah, I'll be sticking with Big Nat and Trent and Salah, I imagine.
Nice.
I mean, Nat Phillips, I know, maybe not for England, but he's so cheap on this game. It's crazy not to get him in if you've got space for a third Liverpool player. Then
Agreed.
Yeah, he's really good value. He's 4.1 million.
Yep.
And the way he played the other night, you can't really drop him. I thought he played really well. And then finally Sunday night, 7:00, Everton at home to Sheffield United. Calvert-Lewin looked better again the other day. Mike, you've got Richarlison, haven't you? Mike, are you there?
Hello.
Oh
Mike.
yeah, sorry, just checking out Girls Aloud. Really? I've got I've got Richarlison, and I think he'll score goals.
Yeah, I think he.
Sheffield United really are cannon fodder now, aren't they? Bless them.
Yeah, they've all. It's not even like they're playing for pride now. McBurney, saw what happened with him. He's been arrested by the looks of it.
Trouble, isn't he? Fighting in the street.
Just a quick mention for DCL in that game. Might be worth a look.
I mean, I did mention him, and then you.
So sorry.
That's all right. It's just after the grief you gave me earlier when I asked Dan to repeat something. You've got DCL because you were perving on Girls Aloud. So
I was rabbit holing slightly. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, I don't know what that term means, but I don't think I want to.
It means when you start watching something and then you watch something else and then you watch something else and.
It's not as dirty as in my head I thought you were saying. Craig Richards says he thinks Bale is going to go out with a bang, and I'm hoping so because he's in my team still. Bale over Son at the moment, and I don't fancy tripling up on Spurs. Kane's had some real low scoring weeks the last couple of weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. But still one you want to keep.
Yeah, I'd say so. Right, thank you very much for listening, everybody. Please do review us on Apple. Write it as funny as you want. Or subscribe on there or Spotify or wherever, and get in touch with us on Twitter. We like having a good old chin wag. It only leaves us to say good night, good day, have a good week.
No,
it's not. You're forgetting something, Philip.
Punt.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. Yes.
I'll chip in. Ben Godfrey of Everton.
Thiago Liverpool.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to have to go for the first person I see because I tell you who's not prepared very well for this week, and that is me. Okay, I'm going to go for Rodrigo at Leeds, who doesn't start games but might come on as a sub.
Brilliant.
Okay,
there you go.
Right. I'll be honest, lads, it's got away from me, this track, but I'll do my best. Here we go. I can't speak French, so I let the funky music do the talking. Oh, I can't speak French, but I let the funky music do the talking now. I can't speak French, so I let my monkey music do the talking.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.